Excellent day today. One of the best Tuesdays we've had. Offense was, I was very proud of the way they practiced today as a group. Just execution, thorough, very efficient. Defense was very good. Special team kicked the ball well. Very, very good Tuesday. One of our best Tuesdays we've had all year. We'll keep continuing.
Coming off two big wins like you've had, and certainly Idaho, for better or for worse, doesn't have that name recognition that some of those teams do. It's not a conference game. How good is it to see how well the guys have kept up?
It is. I mean, this is the next opponent. This is the most important one, and that's what I mean. That's kind of what we've been preaching. So it does feel very good to come out and have the effort and the execution, both effort and execution together. We had today on both sides of the ball.
Sean McGuire been able to build on what he did over the weekend?
Yes, I've been very pleased. His blitz pickups, his checks. I mean, you can just see it growing every day, and just getting faster and quicker, and just very comfortable with what he's doing. He had another good day today. Yesterday, he had a good day.
Can you talk about, you can't really tell what a guy has until he gets in there, but just to see him and how well he handled himself on Saturday. You kind of
did a nice job there as far as that goes, and has been handling it in practice with the way things are happening. But yeah, I thought he did a really nice job Saturday in his composure, just game management things.
You guys put in a couple new little wrinkles, different things with like Kermit in the backfield. Putting that stuff in during a week like this, does that help guys kind of keep that edge and stay focused?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're always going to do that, trying to add to our arsenal of things which we can do, and create different plays and ways to get playmakers the ball, and we'll always continue to do that.
Some of that chest to give the other defensive coordinator something to look at?
Well, it is, but I mean, I just think we have some guys that are really starting. Those young guys are really starting to come around, and you feel very comfortable with what you can do with them. So you want to get them out there as quick as you can and give them some plays.
Jimbo, how neat is it? I know it's not why you play the game, but Rashad has a chance to be the first 1,000-yard receiver here since Anquan. How neat is that for him to be that? And Kenny's got a shot too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, if that can go within our team goals and we can reach everything, I think it's great. But his individual performances and his consistency and his leadership. He's a great leader too, not just out there playing, but I mean just off the field, the way he talks to a very intelligent guy. They have a lot of respect for him, but it'd be great. I'm hoping for him.
And you always talk about how selfless this bunch is. I can't imagine him or Kenny or even Devontae come to you and clamor for get me to 1,000.
I promise they would never do that. They would never do that.
Yeah, Devontae in particular has only had 8 or 9 carries, I guess, the last
couple games has just been the way it's fallen out. But we still got 4 ball games left. Still got a lot of ball yet to play.
Not even Kenny trying to get to 100 yards. I know he's come at like 98, 99 a couple of times.
We don't have to keep track of that. We don't. I mean, you have no idea.
All right.
Good. I'm sorry. Jameis continuing to get all the ones, and you give Sean some of the.
Jameis gets all the ones.
I was going to ask you a question about Farrakhan. Him coming back this year, I know he's injured, not 100% healthy.
But just the stability, knowing you got a guy with experience in there, the way he practiced, the way he allows us to practice, the other reps, and you got a guy that has game experience. I think it was very critical to have him back.
In him personally, he says he wants to be a coach.
Yes.
Can you see that with him?
Yes, he does. I mean, he loves every part about it and trying to learn it and do it, and again, that gives him another year to be around it.
Mm-hmm. I know we've talked a lot about LaMarcus' recruitment before. When you're in the time before then, I mean, are you thinking like this is the kind of guy that I got to get to open the doors up, or were you targeting somebody like that to maybe?
No, I targeted him because he's a great player, but I loved the way he played the game. I thought he's one of those guys you knew when you got him once you met him, you knew you got him in your organization, he was going to affect things positively all the time, and so and he was very critical. He really was.
Did he call you and tell you he was committing? What was that like?
Oh, it was a big day. I mean, it really was. And he said, I know what I'm going to do, Coach. I'm going to come. And he wasn't going to let it out. And he let us have it. And that was a huge day for us.
Did him and Jeff coordinate that? Because it seemed like they committed at the same time. If I remember that day, it seemed like him and Jeff Luck committed that same day.
If I answered that, I'd have to think. I got to go back and think about it. I don't want to answer it right now without.
I couldn't figure that out.
I can't remember if it was or not. I'd hate that.
I know they were your first real commitment.
They were. I'd have to. Let me think about that before I go. I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth.
Are you kind of walking around with a smile on your face? You don't want to let it out. You want to keep it secret, but you got some news coming.
Oh, you mean when?
You
do. Makes you it allows you to make decisions on the other guys you got to go to and how you're going to go about your business.
And reflecting on that, you don't always know if someone's going to pan out, but for LaMarcus to have the career he's had and to kind of be seems like he's almost kind of like a symbol of what you've been able to do here.
Yeah, that guy there now. The tenacity he plays with, the selflessness he plays with, then the physicality. And just, total commitment to winning and whatever it is. He's just full go in everything he does. When you see a Florida State football player, if you think of Marcus Joyner, I'm a happy guy, I promise. That's what you want. That's what you want him. That's what you want your team people to think of.
In that class, you had a guy like LaMarcus, who I don't know that he's necessarily the most outgoing guy, but he's certainly a powerful personality. When he speaks, people listen, and Telvin obviously very outspoken. Exactly. Very outspoken. How much did, when you're trying to create that culture, having guys like that are very outspoken and kind of can command a room, how much did that play into sort of allowing the culture change that you wanted to
I think it does, because they can put their will upon people, not only by how they practice, by example, but they can do it by word of mouth and the constant and telling guys why that's important to do. And those guys they're like that. Like I say, very critical for us to change culture.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, I assume that it's a turning point when it stops having to be you.
No, there's no doubt.
In the locker room, and it's other people. It's the players.
Coaches can pound it all you want until the players start reinforcing it and doing it. That's when you know you got it.